I like to say that Make Love Not Porn operates in the single biggest market of them all. Not porn, not sex, the market of human happiness. So I'm Cindy Gallop. I'm the founder and CEO of Make Love Not Porn. Make Love Not Porn is the world's first social sex video sharing platform. We celebrate real-world sex as a counterpoint to porn in order to socialize sex, make it easier to talk about, to promote good sexual values and good sexual behavior. We call ourselves the social sex revolution. The revolution part is not the sex, it's the social.
It's knowing that if we were able to have access and the freedom for people to choose to see things in the same way that they do on Instagram, on Facebook, how amazing would that be? Literal social sex revolution. Let's talk about it without there being such a stigma and this pressure and, oh my God, everything's so terrible. No, we're here to have a conversation. We're here to express and be these beautiful people that want to connect and share this, as opposed to thinking that it's such a dirty and wrong thing. Real world sex. You're watching other people have the sex that they have in real life. It's not about playing for the camera or trying to make it something other than it is, because we want to see all that. We want to see you setting up. We want to see the chair falling down or what have you. And knowing that you get that glimpse into how beautiful and strange and ridiculous sex is.
Make Love Not Porn is not anti-porn because the issue isn't porn. The issue is that we don't talk about sex in the real world. It is not porn's responsibility to educate. Make Love Not Porn exists as a counterpoint and a complement to porn that has never before existed. We are pioneering a whole new category on the internet, social sex. Our competition isn't porn, it's Facebook and YouTube. Or rather, it would be if Facebook and YouTube allowed social sexual self-expression and self-identification, which they don't. Nothing but nothing educates people about sex and good sexual behavior and good sexual values, like actually watching people having sex.
The way that I approach my presence on the internet and using social media platforms to really expose myself and not be anonymous and carve out new spaces, I like to look at it as such a pragmatic thing no, this is communication. I can reach other people on such an insane rate of coverage. But in regards to intimacy, I believe it's that choice to really be vulnerable.
When I began trying to raise funding for Make Love Not Porn 4 years ago, I knew it would be challenging. My biggest obstacle raising funding is the social dynamic that I call fear of what other people will think, which operates around sex unlike any other area. So, 4 years ago, in order to create more receptivity amongst investors, I deliberately decided to define, pioneer and champion my own category, sex tech. Sex tech is any form of technology or tech venture designed to innovate, disrupt and enhance in any area of human sexuality and human sexual experience. Gallup's rule of sex tech states, if the technology exists, it can be sex tech. Apps like Snapchat and WhatsApp refuse to admit that their exponential growth, enormous valuations, and humongous IPOs are driven by one thing and one thing only, sexting. Here's the problem. When A, you refuse to admit that sexting is a universally human engagement activity, and B, you refuse to admit that a ton of it goes on your platform, you then do not design for it. You do not actively design for consensuality, confidentiality, security, privacy, intimacy. So I've had in the pipeline for years the unashamedly dedicated to sexting, Make Love Not Porn safe social sexting app. It's called Consensual, and it does two things. It enables you to sext completely securely using state-of-the-art technology, but it also does what everything we do is designed to do, which is it makes it easier for you to communicate around sex. We want to be the world's go-to social sex hub for everything social sex related in a way that quite literally changes the world through sex.
I really believe Make Love Not Porn is allowing that kind of world to be created, of how do we relish in the pleasure of each other, respect each other, have these boundaries, and learn a new sense of language and decorum around all of that. Intimacy isn't just a physical closeness, it's energetically, it's spiritually, it's emotionally, yeah.